Hello, this is Dr. Mia Lueth. It is 10/25, 2025. It is 1:55 p.m. Eastern Time, New York. Uh, I am doing something non-hockey for the most part today. It is not a game day, but go Jets. They did beat the Calgary Flames again last night. There's good signs when it comes to that franchise. So I don't. I'm a very optimistic kind of ice hockey person anyway. So there's always something good. Even when they lose, there's always something good that's happening. So I know how to. I've been a hockey fan long enough to be able to see these things, so I don't get too terribly negative about certain things. And you can't. It's really hard to second guess what's going on out there. Uh, I know about a few of the hockey people that have to do with behind the scenes and some player personnel and some other types of personnel. Been around long enough, so you know. I mean, what I said about Stanley, I'm just going to say this before, is that at least he was consistent. One goal a year, and he probably brought some intangibles into the club that may not translate on ice. Plus, he's an imposing figure, so maybe just sort of like looking at a guy, like I could, you know, Sometimes it's just the threat of it. Anyway, so go Jets. All right. Yes. Also, Jays. The Jays won first game. That's good news. That's good news. And it's like I say, I'm sort of surrounded by sports enemies everywhere I go around here. I live in Maryland, and right, well, I don't really pay attention to the National Football League, but whatever. I mean, I do get tired of people trying to, impress upon me or force me to believe that ice hockey doesn't fucking exist in the United States of America. Like, oh, the big three: football, baseball, basketball, whatever. Like, yeah, well, if you go to certain areas, they would tell you NASCAR's in the big three. Right. There's been ice hockey in the United States for over 100 years, more than a century. So be quiet. Right. I'm not really interested in certain sports when the ice hockey season is going on. Also, at games, I don't care what anybody thinks. If you start trying to have a conversation with me when I'm at a live game and that puck is in play, I'm going to ignore you. And if you don't like it, I don't know, go home and lick your wounds. Because almost every single game I've been to, I've had to pay out of my own pocket. And I can't really do that anymore these days. Don't drive. I'm on disability. I've got health problems. I got surgeries coming up here soon. Really not looking forward to it. And I got other issues going on. Like, here. Okay. This is also me. Okay. So I'm verifying that it is me. Another one. Dad, who is deceased. FHA Lueth. Brother, who is deceased. FC Lueth. Okay. So that should be good enough. I am who I say I am. I'm not hiding from anyone or anything. I don't need to. And anybody who's trying to approach me to do something, some bullshit, if you can't at this point do it out in the open with me, then don't do it at all. So I have pretty much gotten to the point where I'm just not gonna answer direct messages on Twitter. And I know people are trying to fish for information, but you need to know I'm protected and it's protection that you might not be able to see with your own two eyes. There is a particular he and I will get each other's back until it's completely everybody is done. And we're getting there close. Okay. So like I said, brothers, perhaps of blood nature, brothers from another mother. Here we go. I might. Hang on. Hey, Chrissy. Well, Tina called me yesterday to tell me that my hydrocodone refill was in, but she said she was gonna keep it till Monday. But I'm not gonna have enough to last me till Monday. Let me see. I took one today, so I have tonight and tomorrow morning and Monday morning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I told her 6, but I was wrong on the count because I hadn't in front of me. So yeah, that's probably why. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. Bye. There. See, that's a nurse. There, you guys know one of the medications I'm on. I'm not hiding that from anybody, to be honest with you. Yes, I'm going to be on pain management for the rest of my natural life. Okay? It's not negative thinking, it's freaking reality. And anybody who's online and doesn't want to verify who you are with me, you're nothing special. So I don't know what the frick you're doing, but I'm done. It's hockey season. Okay, I'll talk to ice hockey people. Some I know just point blank, legit ice hockey people. I mean, that's fine. And if ice hockey people on my Twitter account, my ex Twitter account, want to give me some, a little bit of guff because I'm a Jets fan. Okay, no problem. You know what I'm saying, right? I know. I put them there. Oh, geez, I can smell New Jersey from here. And man, it's hockey season. You know what I'm saying? We do this sometimes. So some people may not get it, but I do, and I do. I take these things lately sometimes because I know give each other crack. But I'll look at the Jets realistically. I mean, obviously, the first 4 games they were just taking too many penalties, even though they won. Um, it was a bit too much. Yeah, bad penalties, right? In ice hockey, there's such a thing as penalties, and sometimes they're deemed as good penalties, right? But yeah, bad penalties. So our penalty kill didn't. I don't think needed any more practice. But I was listening to the game last night, and I looked at some of the reactions and the highlights, and apparently that in the game before that, there were fewer. So yeah, we beat the Flames again, uh, and there's a lot of good that maybe I don't know. I don't know. It always seems like air quote fans are constantly trying to tear down the team that they love. I don't do that. What's up, John? How are you? I'm going through some things. I'm actually documenting a few things right now for my documentary because I'm making a documentary, and some things have come up like just yesterday or day before. Somebody did something that they weren't supposed to do. Thanks for the light. And now, like, they're under the gun for it because someone else found out and asked me to lie this morning. Like it's just everyday normal. I'm like, what? No, I. I mean, I said, well, hopefully they won't talk to me. Right. I mean, that's my point. Is that I sometimes, yeah, this is the seed you're on. So I'm just gonna like let you know. Sometimes I'll check with other people. Sometimes to see what other people, you know, like, am I like thinking like a decent person when I say, don't drag me into crap. Like, what? Why? You shouldn't. Right. You shouldn't have done it. And apparently there was somebody else who knew, and this person's job is on the line. And I'm just like, well, I shouldn't have to lie. So what I'm hoping is that nobody asks me anything, because I'm not gonna. It's just that's just how it is. I don't know. I've met people who just automatically apparently assume that it's okay to ask people to lie for them, right? Now, when I was a teenager, I might have done that once or twice. When I was a teenager, a long time ago, I'm 53. Okay, I'm an adult now. This is the real world. I read a lot. I mean, I go through a lot on YouTube. I spend a lot of time on YouTube because I do have Creasesinger Radio, which is a YouTube-based radio station, and I X my X accounts support because I'll also put it on my X account. So when that happens, I mean, I see so much different stuff on YouTube. It's crazy, and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube do not indicate there. I'm like, excuse me. Put all the decent people in the world, okay? Just stand up, okay? I mean, I bet you're a decent person, even though you're a blues fan. I'm sure you are. Uh, right. Decent people don't go expecting people to lie for them. That's what decent people don't do. And so, and it kind of puts me in an awkward position, but I don't give a crap because I just, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm getting it on the record. Yes, Upper Bay Counseling and Support Services. I'm also sending this one directly to the governor of Maryland's office because it's just like, okay, now we got all kinds of people freaking out that they're not going to be able to afford food because that's apparently some kind of bargaining chip here in the state of Maryland with SNAP benefits. And reopen the government or we're going to starve our own citizens. Oh, the money ran out. And I'm just like, don't you guys prepare for emergencies? It's just silly. Politics. I don't. I would never want to be a politician in the first place. I'm not made for that. But this is exactly what's happened also. And, I can understand, there's, I've met some people who have fraudulently gotten SNAP benefits. You know what I'm trying to say? Along the way. And that's wrong because you're stealing from taxpayers that you can see walking around all over the place. Right. I mean, that's the stuff. I've met some people along the way who have pretended to have a disability and they paid some doctor, a nice chunk of money to lie on the paperwork. But now the Social Security Administration, yes, well, they are getting a little more hip to those things. But that's also fraud. Okay? The tax-paying people, that's fraud. I mean, I don't know why anybody would take the time to do that. I mean, you got to maintain it also, but it's just like for what? For some like I don't know. It's maybe $1,200 if they're lucky. I don't fucking know. It makes no sense to me, but then again, I'm not them, and I don't need to. I don't need it to make sense anymore. I just don't. But I'm getting it on full record every year. Who knows? I don't know. I got a death threat from Well, I got a death threat from a Catherine a while, and I'm just like, you're just dumb and stupid, man. You put that in an email. Like, you do realize this stuff is traceable. Oh, yeah, okay. Apology, great. But then I got one from someone else, just like, really? I mean, if you want to kill me that bad, my address is 533 Booth Street, Elkton, Maryland, 21921. I think I may have lost Dan. But anyway, hi. What's up, Dan? What's up? Damn drunk. Drunks. Yeah, anyhow, it's nice. He stops in every so often and says hi. That's what I'm doing. I'm documenting some things here. This is my issue. Okay. Um, like there is another situation with let me do this. Fraud. She's perpetrating fraud. Governor Miss Westmore. Okay. Upper Bay Counseling and Support Services needs properly qualified individuals and people who are actually mature adults. And Cecil County does need some help. So maybe some other Marylanders at the very least. There should be at least two people who are very familiar with adult autistic people working full time, one residential and one day program. I have plenty of degrees. I am an adult autistic individual, and I can tell you for a fact these things are true. I'm also got the genius level IQ. I do have multiple degrees. My entire family's deceased. So, also, I don't know if state police can do anything about it, but I think, right, we should be thinking about, protecting American citizens from the idiots online, especially the ones that keep coming at me like fake celebrities. And at this point, I don't even care if they are the real celebrity. I'm like, I don't give a shit you're a celebrity if that's who you really are. Most of them seem to ask me for money. I'm leaning more towards scammers. Right. Well, I'm Creasesinger. On YouTube, I'm Creasesinger from Earth because there's more than one Creasesinger. But on X, Twitter, I'm the only Creasesinger. So, I mean, it makes it easy. And there are some hockey people and a few other people in the world who know that I'm exactly who I say I am. And I don't have time to bullshit around with anybody. But I'm running into people in the state of Maryland who some will pay off a doctor. Some have actually tried to show me how to pretend like I'm disabled. Okay, don't, no. That's fraud. And if people don't like getting caught, I don't care, man. Okay, that's why I'm also sending it over to the governors. Like, excuse me, I don't know what they do with money over here in Cecil County, but they're not really so good with it. And Historical Society apparently has some issues. I know I was calling it Ivy Hall, but that's not what it is. Sorry. Okay, but there's only one that's in Elkton that's a historical building like that. I know that you're the only. Yes, I am. This is me on Twitter. This is Chip. Well, how the Blues doing? Anyway, I haven't had a chance to check in with other teams except for the ones that the Jets have played. Yeah, they're Central Division too, aren't they? Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm wondering how other teams are doing. Yeah, I can't watch them on TV, so I have to do radio. Yeah, I know. Well, that's what my thoughts are. It says they're not going to give food stamps for November. Well, I mean, it's state by state. It's, uh, and so I have a feeling that they're, at least in the state of Maryland, but that is being used as sort of a bargaining chip to tell the government to get back to work. So I know Colorado, I've seen a few. I haven't seen the Blues. I've been, yeah, football. Yeah, are you Dodgers or Jays? I'm Jays. I'm a Jays gal. Um, you know, but yeah, I know game one they won. So I know a few people who are Dodgers people. I'm a Jays kind of gal, so they did pull out the first one. I know there's a lot of sports going on. This is true, and two of my teams, like the Jets, and I should just be go live in Canada. Is what I'm trying to do that actually. But yeah, I'm a Jays fan. Yeah, lots of sports, but yeah, I try to check in on other teams. So yeah, I think the Blues is in the Central Division. Anyway, yeah, I my thoughts on that. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's right. Yeah, I know, Jace, and I'm just happy that they got this far. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people who are just convinced that the Dodgers, I don't know, are just gonna be too much for the Jays. But people who thought that the Jays weren't gonna make it this far too. So I'm Jays all the way still. Um, and they did all right last night. So we'll just keep hoping. Yeah, it says you heard they're not going to give. Yeah, in the state of Maryland as of November 1st, apparently. You know, and what I'm going to say is it might be people who aren't disabled. Like you know what I'm trying to say. It might be people who, right? I don't even really know, but also in the state of Maryland, I think there might be trying. Some of the politicians are trying to use that as like bargaining chips to say, you guys need to get back to work, federal government. So, I guess we'll find out. But I've met some people who definitely should not have SNAP benefits myself. And it does kind of annoy me. I mean, I was paying taxes for a long time. Yeah, and a couple of years, like capital gains, it was a lot. And I'm totally like, yeah, I mean, I'm disabled, and my thing is that like every year, if I can make it through another year, okay, good. But I'm realistic to the fact that I've had years of my life kind of taken off for other things too. So, um, I, but I got my disability and did all that stuff, and I didn't go ask some doctor, pay some doctor money, and I certainly was not pretending. There are people who try to teach me how to pretend. Yeah, in Baltimore County, I lived in Baltimore County for a little while. Social services, one of the people in there said, "Oh, here, yeah, ask for this person because she'll hook you up with all the benefits." Right? That's just not okay in the United States. It isn't. I don't care who you are. I mean, people, what the hell? I've already gotten death threats. Why not just take some more hits? If people don't like that, then don't freaking do it, man. I mean, it really does take. You're stealing taxpayer money, is what you're doing. That's what it is. It's fraud. Okay. Uh, and I don't really have much respect for that, but we'll see. I know the SNAP benefits. We'll see. I can't imagine the U.S. government could actually hold on for another 15 days, but that money is state money, right? So that comes from state funds. I'm sure there's some, you know, emergency funds available in certain states, but yeah, I don't know. I have to hit the food pantry because the entirety of my tiny little SSI check goes directly to my cost of care. I am in a program where I have a case manager. Um, I have to basically rely on other people because my entire family's dead. So I don't really have a choice. And so it also helps me like make sure that I have proper housing and I have people. There's like a nurse of the program who also helped me make sure that I'm keeping track of all this stuff because my next my next 3 months are looking. I'm getting stuff packed in. So for the holidays, I'm getting oral surgery. Uh, and I'm trying to squeeze in find a way to get $200 somehow, or go on a payment plan. I don't know. Or endodontist. Um, I get pain. I'm gonna end up getting pain management shots every week because pressure point fibro shots. So it's up here one week, then between the shoulder blades another week, then then back here another week, and then near the knees another week. Uh, Plus I have a therapist, and I see that therapist every other week. I did finally get to see my, my weirdo friend. See, I'm happy weird, so I don't mind the weird. Like, I'm goalie weird, so weird is cool with me. I don't care. But yeah, I did get to see the orthopedist. Oh no, I saw the orthopedist. Yeah. Oh, what's his name? Oh, the podiatrist. Sorry, podiatrist. He grew a toenail on one side. It used to be done. Yeah, oral surgery on the 7th, and so I can't get the new hip until I've healed from that. But then in the process, I likely have a hiatal hernia. So, yeah, that's a lot of stuff. And I just had to stop taking the medication because it was making what's called functional neurological disorder. Yes, it was probably exacerbating things. So, um, I've got a bunch of stuff going on, and I have to do an endoscopy on Christmas Eve. So, yay. Okay. But, no way. Okay. You don't need SNAP, EBT, if you have money to get your nails done and pedicure and buy Nike brand shoes and eat out fast food all the time and pay $100 for perfume. Upper Bay Counseling and Support Services. State of Maryland. If you don't fucking act and jump in and try and help these people out, you're just giving me another reason to keep banging on Canada's door. These people are seriously disabled in lots of ways, and the people who are taking care of them are not qualified in any way whatsoever. suggest sending them here. I took enough shit in my life to be able to say that. Yeah, okay. It's not okay. It is not okay. No, 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 no. Doesn't need food. Doesn't need a welfare check. Shouldn't even be here where she is. I know, I said that out loud. Why? Because I don't care. If somebody wants to kill me or threaten and do shit, I don't give a flying crap. My whole family's dead. What the fuck are you gonna do? Kill me? Oh, good. I don't have to worry about my health symptoms anymore. But I would really appreciate if the United States of America, yes, would do a whole shitload better at keeping people that aren't in the United States right off of the internet and block them from interacting with people who are in the United States. Well, I've already mentioned Nigeria a few times. Well, one of them even called me and admitted that, I'm like, you better find something else to do. I told him point blank, no, you're asking ridiculously poor people. And then, yeah, okay, fake Illuminati. Okay, hail to the light. Well, I'm a fucking lighthouse standing on a rock. By the way, Canada, if you have lighthouses standing on a rock, I'll expatriate. Okay, I know you guys got different, but I will learn whatever. I'm willing. The language I kind of understood best when I was a kid. Yeah, I have a good ear for languages, and I had to learn a few when I was younger, but I had to practice in lots of ways. But French, definitely, a lot of it would come back to me. But I'd be happy to actually learn French. Sit around with a bunch of French Canadians. I know at first I'd be like, "You guys are laughing at me, aren't you?" Yeah, like, oh, you guys are saying stuff, aren't you? I know, I'm a big dummy. But one day though, it'll be like, hey, I am not like that. Don't, don't call me that. Yeah, I might catch on quick, right? That's what I'm saying. I also have a high IQ. Like some people are trying to say 120 is average. That's not entirely true, but yeah, mine's always over 120. Usually in the 160, 65. I'm not gonna take any more IQ test. You're just gonna take my effing word for it. Okay, I know a lot more about ice hockey than a lot of people I know. All right. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I think the people who are defrauding others in at least the state of Maryland need to stop right now. I know, may not have enough room in prisons, is what I'm trying to say. But you need to stop. I already covered my ass. So don't try that. If somebody actually quite literally comes after me to kill me, I'm like, oh, good. Making my life difficult is not a good idea. Oh, the elites. Oh, yes, the elites who have emailed me and said, oh, well, there's laws and then there's elite laws. I'm like, excuse me, are you more elite than a Christ? I think not. And there's nothing fake about me. There will be soon, and we'll have a fake hip. I really don't want to, but I don't have a choice anymore. It's getting ridiculous. ridiculous amounts of pain. Like, balls, I get up and like move on. Have trouble sleeping on my left side. Yes, apparently it's aggressive. Uh, what do you call it? What's it called? Yeah, she's getting all of her diseases and illnesses back. Yeah, I'm in the flesh walking around. There's another one too. There's two of us. Well, this is the point. I'm trying to make a point. No, I'm built on a rock. But here's the other thing. Now think about it. If I'm a lighthouse built on a rock, and the rock tells me turn yourself off, go dark. Well, that might be because we want the enemy ship to crash into the rocks. Oh no. So, you know, I have to say that out loud. But yeah, see, this is me. I mean, this is an actual real certification, but just, I am who I say I am. Right. There's record of me. And then, yes, of course, this is a unique tattoo on the. Yeah, the U.S. Navy probably has some information on me that's not readily available to the public. But I don't have to appreciate or give a shit or be bullied into lying or committing crimes or defrauding people. I did it the proper way. I still have doctors. Like, I have to go to doctors all the freaking time. Right. Now I got to make room also for physical therapy 3 times a week. Well, I can usually only do two. But yeah, here's this. Referral order. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Yay, more physical therapy. Yeah, muscle problem between shoulder blades. It's great. Life is not that great. I don't. I miss my family a lot. They've been gone since 2013, the last one. I would like the kind of lawyers that would, eat their own grandmothers at this point, because we do definitely want this kind of behavior to stop. So, online scammers. Also, if it's AI doing this, no, going to sue the creators and the people who put AI online. I can get lawsuits out of that, maybe even criminal charges. Oh, I'm going for both. Mm, until I stop breathing. So I'm going to be right, the Winnipeg Jets fan until I stop. Come on, man. You know what I'm trying to say? I trust them enough to know what they're doing. The other thing is like American football people. It's not. It's hard to equate that sport with what, because football. Yeah, they do have playbooks, and it just kind of you go this way, you go that way. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not really like that in ice hockey. Yeah, it's too fast for that. It's very fast, and it's a little too organic, and so I'm just, my only thing is try not to take too many bad penalties on me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, try not to get injured. I know that's silly. It's NHL, but still, try not to get injured. I did one of the, and I can't remember which one. I think it was Jets at Noon. I'm still getting used to everybody, their podcast and everything. But one of them said, his name might have been Mike. Well, yeah, they were talking, and one of them said, "Well, how come with the compressed schedule, the National Hockey League doesn't, have more back-to-back games, and I'm just like baseball does, and I'm like, because they don't get injured that much. You know what I'm trying to say, right? National Hockey League ice hockey is a full contact sport where injuries happen every single damn game. Okay, there may not be injuries that take a guy off the bench necessarily, but come on. Sometimes you got to give your shot blockers a break, let them heal. Sometimes you got to, give some people some mental health time to freaking take a breath and, you know, take a shower by themselves. You should be friendly with me, Winnipeg. I know somebody's going to say, but that's, Jets hockey, dump and chase, get it in deep. And I'm like, yeah, and a lot of other teams know how to learn Jets hockey real fast if you keep doing the same thing. There's some teams you do want to frustrate by slowing it down a little in the neutral zone, right? Yeah, uh, centerman, I appreciate. I mean, because like one season that I did, I just listened to as many centermen, and I, focused on the centerman position while watching an entire season of ice hockey. And I understand responsibility, and there's some I kind of get it why some clubs, like whoever's closest to the puck, like go touch if you need it. You need to touch that puck to get right your face off in a favorable or for icing or whatever. All right, I mean, so you know having a variation of things, because there are some teams that are going to want to try and take you by speed. Now, sometimes you can't go faster than them. So instead, slowly pass the puck around. Lollygag over here. Oh, look, I can take a shot. Oh, look, I got it in. Right. I'm a puck presenting kind of gal, but I'm not always ramming down people's throat. I'm just simply saying it can be seen as an offensive and defensive maneuver at the exact same time. Because, right, it's defensive. Like the other team can't score without the puck. Right? But it's also offensive because guess what? That gives you guys a higher right percentage chance. Or if you get it into the ozone. I don't know. Some people can do it from the blue line or the point or something, but yeah. So it's just something they kind of need to figure out as they go through a regulation game. I'm always, hoping to aim for regulation. Yeah, so nobody's got to do 3-on-3 or, the shootout. But, I mean, it is there if necessary. So, I mean, I trust the hockey people enough, the decision makers and people, and, there's a few youngsters on the team, but, yeah, Winnipeg is kind of at that point, definitely right. Yeah, the win now kind of thing, and so they're looking to go for the playoffs. But don't worry about the play. Like the team shouldn't worry about the playoffs, okay? Until they got to get into the playoffs first. So don't worry about that so much. But yeah, building for playoff. Well, I am actual real clergy as well. I have played in the net wearing goalie gear. And yeah, the very first time I got all of it on, I did. I was like, how the hell? Right? How the hell did anybody like the Knights at around two or like, how did they fight with all this crap on? Yeah, like geez, Christmas. You gotta get used to it. It's definitely different from the skater position, that's for sure. Yeah, here. See. That's Pastor Mia Lueth there. Hi. Yeah. Also National Honor Society. You guys want to go back to the college stuff? That was a long time ago. And American Scholars too, something like that. Yeah. So, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Canada. I mean, I already got my education. You don't have to pay for it, right? Plus, Michael J. Fox is Canadian, and it seems the United States of America are in third world country status where I live, and people who have medical degrees are still walking around. Well, um, what are you talking about? Parkinson's only happens to men over 60. You, I can't help it, Canada. We're in the third world, and they tricked us into thinking something else. Canada. Well, that's what I'm saying. Michael J. Fox is Canadian. I usually get along with Canadians. Is the thing. Like, yeah, and the bare naked ladies. Who else? Oh yeah, Rush. Our Lady of Peace. Lover Boy. I mean, like I could go on and on and on. And I know. And every time I see a Canadian Winnebago or something, yeah, going like I'm going camping outdoors. Yeah, there's usually Canadians in the mix. I like Canadians. John Acorn's Canadian. You know what I'm saying? I, I know I don't have like the skills that Canada's looking for immigrants, just in the general skill. I'm disabled too, in that, you know. But I could teach a variety of subjects like Bio 101, Psych 101. I could help the Jets get some butts and seats. And also, it's like Jets fans. Okay, forget about any other fucking fans in the National Hockey League. Okay, like let's learn not to be bored. Let's all help each other not be bored, because sometimes, right, the boring hockey it gets exciting because our team scores a goal or two. That's exciting. Also, what's exciting is when yes, the Jets win. Right. Like we can keep each other entertained. I don't need to be entertained, to be honest. Like, yeah, no, I'm not one of those kind of people. But we need to look at the different definition of what good ice hockey is. Like smart, sexy ice hockey. Sometimes you slow the fast teams down. You know what I'm trying to say? If you can't go faster than them, slow them the fuck down. It starts to frustrate them. Then they start getting off their game. Oh yeah. Yep. Well, see, Com's got some. On ice time at home and against Calgary. So you got to right. I'm friendly, and trust me. I mean, at least you guys don't have to live in the United States. I'm surrounded by football fans, loud, obnoxious football fans from dumbasses who think that football is like everybody's favorite fucking sport in the United States. I'm talking about American. Well, they're wrong about that anyway, too. And then Flyers fan. I don't mind Broad Street Bullies too much, man. Well, because I have something to compare them to, that pile of garbage with people who couldn't class it up if you paid them millions of dollars in that devil trap called Washington D.C. Right. So yeah, and I'm getting that. It's just like, hey, Jets fans, yeah. let's learn how not to be bored at all. And let's just trust that, these guys, collective experience enough, help each other out. And let's vibe real hard. The dudes, like, learn how to read each other and gel, like, in really awesome ways. Like, they don't even have to look when they pass. Like, you don't, a no look back pass, that's awesome. Okay, and the goalie's like, oh no, Helly and Tom's. It's like, it's okay, you guys. You can just be regular, everyday kind of goaltending, right? It doesn't have to be flashy. It can be butt fucking ugly, as far as I'm concerned. Like, like, if you want a butterfly, butterfly. But if you want to roll around like ass chicken, exactly, whatever works for you. Yeah, okay, I know. But don't be so critical. Be less critical. Okay, Jets people, because I I've seen what happens when people start writing blogs and the media starts like pushing and shoving and starts, well, are you gonna do this? Don't be hypercritical, especially in media. I mean, if you really like the team, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're right, you see what I'm saying? Positive spin this. And there's always something good that happens on ice, even when they lose. Like, somebody scored their first goal, or they were doing good work down there, or right, or the goalie was making sure that the holes are cut, whatever. Okay, like, let's let's make sure we're all a little better understanding of maybe some hockey that maybe you guys don't understand. Okay, I mean, be more worried if the bench looks like they're all asleep, every last one of them. Okay, and they're not communicating. I mean, some guys don't. They've even said no, but you know what I'm saying. No, lively bench. That's a good sign. Okay, a dead bench. That's not a good sign. Or a sloppy bench where everybody looks right. I mean, if that goes the whole game, well then yeah, we're all allowed to boo. Right, and then we're allowed as hockey fans to boo our own team. You know what I'm trying to say? Especially on home ice, but only if it's the most confused looking bench and like their B team is beating our air code 18. All right, yeah. So okay, don't pay any attention to what other kinds of fans do. All right, be as positive as you can. Okay, and yeah, I mean, like, give love to the third and fourth line too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those guys. The 3N line. I understand why, but here's another thing. A coach may like mix it up a little because they might change at the last minute, knowing what the lineup for the other team sometimes. Right? Yeah, that happens sometimes. Let's try to keep it unknown until as long as you possibly can. But during the season, right? And there are people who do their homework. I know there's people who do their homework on other teams and so we don't always want to be doing dump and chase it. Right? Sometimes it's like, oh, these are fast little suckers. And trying to go faster than them might not, right. So that's when, okay, well, then we slow them down. Okay, just trust that the coaches, the team, the players are all interested in working together. So we are one. You see what I'm getting at? We are one. That's we. Yeah, the fans too. You know what I'm saying? Right. The people who work the people who work. I call them the equipment roadies. Just rock and roll term, but yeah, I mean the equipment people pack up. People who help the team go here, and there's administrative assistants. There's right all kinds of people, coaches and scouts and right and executives and right. And Chevy has people. He has people help him. Right, you know what I'm trying to say? Well, we want to keep the ice hockey in Winnipeg, okay? And maybe getting bus and seat, like helping everybody understand. It's like sometimes your team's gonna be doing something, and you all want them to go on a breakaway, but they know what they're doing, and that might not be exactly what they do. Okay, and like, don't be so critical out loud in public, right? Like, just you keep reiterating that we as fans might not fully understand why a certain line was put out. Okay, sometimes they're injured. Shot blockers, sometimes they can't keep going. They gotta, yeah, and sometimes, right? Maybe one guy goes on the first line and then he goes on the second line. Okay, we don't get to decide. I know many who want to. I've met some of you now on the podcast and the chat groups. I like to chat when I can for check in, and when I can sit down and jump in the chat, I do. So right, I mean, I get it. It's great to talk about. I mean, I love ice hockey, I like to, but I'm during the season, especially anything I put out into the hockeyverse and just around general Winnipeg fans is I'm gonna be looking at the positives all the time, even if they lose. And trust me, if it's one of those games where they really just like everybody's a little sleepy and sloppy and they're making turnovers with grandma and the neutral zone. Okay, you understand? Like when it's really like that, then boo! Like I'll get on my ex account, boo! Like sometimes a team deserves it, but withhold that until it really is like Jesus Christ. Like the Pee Wee team might do one for better than some of these guys. What's happening? Is everybody sick? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. All right. So there it is. But stay in Maryland. Come on. Let's do some things to stop the people who have friends who work at Social Security or social services who are holding them on. Let's do what we can to stop the doctors who will take money. And yeah, I should just from every direction, hair from every direction. Right. Do an update, social security update, do a social services update. And she's up and about. She doesn't have anywhere near the physical issues I do. And, aside from the fact that she's got a borderline personality disorder, she's up for 8 hours fucking straight spending money and talking on the phone. Yeah, cleaning the house and shit. Yeah. Are we sure? Are we sure she's disabled? Good hygiene, no sign of depression. Me, that was so bad off at one point. I didn't take a shower for 3 freaking months. I was gonna give a fuck. Right? I might have cancer again. I hope it fucking kills me, man. Also, I want to sue for damages, and a state prosecutor or attorney might want to talk to me. There's some other things, right? Yeah, went on. So I'm not law enforcement. No, not law enforcement. Well, I don't like it when the taxpayers who are around me all the time get up, go to work, getting ripped off either. I mean, well, I don't make enough money. Like I get less than $1,000 a month, people, but I have this little program, and I do get help with a few other things, so I'm not complaining about it or anything. But don't anybody be thinking I got like I don't even have an extra $11 a month, right, to get the more fancy version of X so that I can get verified. I don't even have that. Let alone all these assholes on mine, including some dipshits claiming to be the fucking Illuminati. Hey, fuck you. Okay? What? $300. You want to find out if I'm lazy? Let's find out if my brothers like you or not. What are you going to enlighten me about, huh? The all-seeing eye. Really? Is the all-seeing eye male or female? Oh, I have plenty of spiritual gifts. Yes. And I use them wisely. And that's why many of you who do have them are going to use them because you're not using them wisely. Right. I've already been raped and tortured in my life. I mean, what the fuck do you think you can do to me? My family's already dead. You can't threaten. I've already been raped and tortured in my life. Does it look like I'm lying? I see you. And if I can't see you, someone else can see you. He can see what I can't see, and I can see what he can't see. He can see what I can see, and I can see what he can't see. If you don't like. But yeah, Canada, I mean, I'd be happy to learn whatever. I need a sponsor. I mean, I can work it off. Like, I mean, if it comes to ice hockey, like, I could probably manage to, get through like 4 hours a day, like maybe 5 days a week or something. Or if, you help me and I have like a little couch, I can take like a nap or lie down and work. Yeah, I could. I could also teach classes, maybe online, whatever. I get the qualifications. Well, here's a big freaking hint. I am qualified in the state of Maryland to be considered a spiritual healer. So now all of you are going to see what I look like in spirit. Little children being allowed to remote view is unacceptable, so they're going to be blinded spiritually. All right. Thank you. Everybody, have a nice day. Go Jets. Go Jays. Knock, knock. Canada. Hi. I don't know. I, I don't have any criminal record either. And I don't have any of that either. I mean, criminal goalie. I've robbed a few people. But that doesn't count. If I had money, I would do something about the former Jets, which is now defunct Arizona. Well, I didn't necessarily think it was a joke, but this is another thing. It's like you can praise Gretzky for his on ice stuff, but he was a shit coach. And some rumors about his wife. I mean, they fucked up that fucking franchise. Okay, and the rock'em sock'em hockey of yesteryear is gone. All right. I mean, I understand why they fight. I don't understand why it's when it's just to be a great bench clean brawl all the time, and it's just like, well, no, you guys know how to fucking play good hockey. What are you doing? Especially in the playoffs. But yes, I need some proper eyes on. And Canada's like, well, somebody let me know the right kind of paperwork to fill out. See if I can get sponsored, and maybe I'll can maybe, work off the money it costs that you guys might need for immigration. And then I'll say offense and defense instead of offense and defense. And Expre and Pracky and Liney. Took. I know Jose did it. It was Jose did it. I mean, it was Jose.